Man. All right. Um, no, you didn't. She said, I just, wifey's not lying. I'm just saying Hulu loves her subscription. They do. They do. They really, really do. What y'all think about that video? Boom. No lies told for sure. Yes. Holla back. I'm going to tell my mom we can't talk on the phone because that just leaves you 3 hours. 3 hours left. Huh? Oh, that's funny. Uh, I'm totally with you. I will talk somebody's head off on the phone. Not even gonna lie. Um, that's totally me. I think I'd rather sleep than talk on the phone. I had to check that because I thought my wife had put that up there. And I'm definitely something I needed to hear help get my butt back into gear. Yes. You know, how many of y'all heard the saying whenever it comes to medication? Um, the worse it tastes, the better it works, right? I don't know. I used to always get told that. I'm probably, I guess, the only weird one that's up here. Never mind. Just disregard that. Um, yeah, but think about it. Actually, it is the truth. Okay, so like if it tastes really good, it doesn't work the greatest, right? Um, okay, thank you. Sweet. That's all I needed was one person to say, yeah, I've heard that. I'm getting everybody else up looking at me up here like, no, he's told to shut up and drink it. No. y'all y'all started. I don't know. Um, back to where I was going. Success is the same. Um, Jennifer, I take pills now too. Like I'm 30. I don't drink the children's cough medicine. Uh, uh, but being successful or being a better person, everything, it kind of goes the same way, as the video says. Yeah, of course it's hard. Why? Because it's a path of discipline. If it was easy, everybody would be meant or would meant to be successful, and nobody would have to do self revamping and or self improvement or anything else like that, right? We'd all just be walking around the same kind of people. That would be terrible. Could y'all imagine one more of me? I'm just gonna throw that out there before anybody else throws it out there. um we would drive my wife crazy. I know it. Like I know. I mean, I'm just saying, okay. uh yes. But I have somebody have my back though. um oh god, she had to remind. I forgot about the kids. But anyways, no. But I mean, think about it though. I mean, it is the same thing. It takes discipline. It takes discipline to stay on that track. It takes discipline to do the self-improving. I'm probably the worst person as far as that goes. I will throw that up there because a lot of times I slip big time. And the self-discipline seems to go out the window, right? Whether it's business or whatever. Um, how many of y'all are hot-headed? Set off really easily. You guys must be some Leos. Okay. No. Totally guilty of it, right? Um, just remind me, founder was Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Um, hey, this is a Leo's only Zoom. Um, no, but I mean, it is, it's one of those things that it's like super simple to get set off. Why? Because you really, really care about what it is that you're doing. Um, you're passionate about what it is that you're doing, whether it's goals that you're trying to achieve and things like that. You know, a lot of people they don't get angry, you know, unless they care, right? It happens, just like with your kids. Yeah, all right. So the Leos are referencing. I love it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Damn, wife must have to go back to work. Nope, she's still there. But doesn't the victory taste so much better though? Yeah, the battle's hard. The battle is treacherous. Oh my Lanta, it's terrible, right? It's terrible. But once you look at the end result, you know where it is that you're trying to be and what it is that you're trying to get to, and you know, crushing your goals step by step. That's why I tell y'all set small goals because it's like a stair step, right? And you know, you can't say, you know, I want to be a six-figure earner next month. I mean, you can, you know, but what is it going to take to get in between that, right? You know, what steps do you have to walk in order to get there? You can't say, you know what, I'm broke, I'm going to be rich. Anybody, if anybody has that serum, that magical equation, feel free to drop that in the chat, and I will buy a lot from you. A lot. I will buy you out. Uh, so you know, but you got to take those steps. You do. You got to take those steps. A lot of people don't know how to goal set. They don't know how to goal set. You know, they're obsessed with what it is that they want to do, but they get discouraged very, very simply, easily, because the goals that were set were not reachable goals in the amount of time that they allowed themselves. So either, you know, people put goals out there that are super high to reach, or they lessen, like they give it such a small time, you know, to be able to attack those goals. And then guess what happens? They set themselves up for failure, right? Pissed off, and they're like, oh, screw this, you know, it's easier just being a bum. Oh no, I did it. It's just easier being a bum, right? Or being broke, not a bum, but being broke. Okay. Why? Well, because you know what to expect. It's a lifestyle. I'm sure everybody up here has lived that life of being broke, right? It's like day-to-day nature. It's so hard to be successful because it's out of the norm. It's being abnormal. It's not making things happen on a day-to-day basis. So, you know, it's super hard then. It's super hard, but it's so easy to have that, you know, just your, you know, nose above water, not even your whole head, right? It's so easy because guess what? It's a lifestyle that has been lived. I know my parents were broke. I can show you how to live poor like a mofo, right? I could show you, I could teach classes on that, right? Because growing up, that's the way it was. You know, my mom had like 150 kids too. So, um, you know, it's just being broke. It happens. Or make bad choices, spend the money wherever it is that you want to spend it, you know, instead of where it is that you need to spend it, kind of thing, you know. But a lot of the times when things are easier, it's like, whoa, what do I do? I'm out of my comfort zone now, right? Because you used to battling, right? You used to trying to make things go because you have to make them go, not because everything's falling in line, right? Anybody's walked that perfect line of everything just walking and everything's just right in line. Sometimes you have those speed bumps. Sometimes you have those curves. Sometimes you have those mountains that you have to climb. You know, those hills that you got to go down. Okay, then fix yourself along the way. You know what happens, but those who haven't quit are super successful and people hate it, right? Oh my God. Wow. Wow. Y'all, we got a class clown up in here. Okay. Wait till later. Um, yeah, I won't be on here next Tuesday. I'll probably still be healing. Um, just kidding. Some of y'all like, what? Her Regat is my wife. So it's like, just so y'all know. um, So you can't have her because she's stuck with me. She might flip that around and say something different, but it's all good. Now, but think about it. How many times have everybody, seen people, oh God, it must be nice to have that much money, like Rihanna, she's worth $1.5 billion, right? You know, oh, I only know that because I just read that this morning. It was on the Facebook thing. All right, so I don't search up Rihanna, just so you know. Uh, Someone's like, yeah, okay, Chris, yeah, you shine bright like a diamond. Uh, I got kids. But even just I saw that post. Um, I saw that post, that she makes 1.5 million dollars. There's or that she's worth 1.5 billion dollars. Now there's a lot of people that they were on there saying, oh my gosh, it must be nice. All she does is go out there and sing. Yeah, that's what it is. That's easy to her, right? So she took what's easy to her and made it a career, just like athletes. They took what's easy to them and they made it a career. That's easy. That's super easy for them. Be a football player, be a baseball player, be in gymnastics, fall off a balance beam. I don't know. But to them, that's all easy, right? Because it's something that it was a lifestyle that they lived. Okay. Or it was life changing things that made them go the direction of doing that. Right. So if people would actually sit back and kind of like check it out and be like, you know what? And they get paid all that money. Yeah, easy but had discipline, 100%. Oh God, they're worth all that money. Oh God, it's easy. Yeah, but it was their passion. That phrase, work smart, not harder, right? Work smart, not hard. Now I watch a lot of Kevin Hart stuff, my wife and I do. Um, and no way. No, no, my baby, no, no. Uh, ooh, look at me. I love him and The Rock. I'm just gonna throw that. um, but like his story of how he started into where it is that he's at is actually pretty amazing. But not only that, it's once he got to start, it's so easy to spend money. So because you have it, it's so easy to spend money. People will spend money like crazy just because they have it, whether they're rich or they're poor. They'll buy things that it is that they don't need, but they want monsters. Starbucks throwing it out there. That way I don't get yelled at. I said it. I'm bring on the Lions. Um, but it's so easy. And he's even stated, when you have a lot of money, it's easy to blow a lot of money. Shaq in one day spent $1 million on vehicles. Why? Because he had the money. That's a drop in the bucket to him. I mean, if he could just pay me for one of the vehicles that he got, right? That'd be amazing. They were $100,000 car minimums, right? But still, as you get older, you got or get successful, you still have to keep that discipline. You still have to keep that discipline. How many times y'all heard about celebrities or athletes being broke after they were done with what it was that their life venture was, right? All the time. Why? Because they don't spend their money wisely. They don't keep that discipline. They don't make it happen. They're not reinvesting. Patrick Mahomes, when he signed that $400 million deal, first thing he did was go buy into the Kansas City Royals baseball team. That's exactly what he did. First thing, boom, did that. Now he invested in restaurants. He's done this. And now listen, I'm not a Chiefs fan. I'm just gonna make that clear. I despise the chefs. But smart moves and smart discipline and great discipline will help keep you on the track it is that you're trying to, continuously, go down. You got to keep going in the same direction. You have to put those blinders on. Sometimes you have to, say no. Actually, a lot of times you'll have to say no to the things it is that you don't need or don't need to go do. and say yes to the things that you actually need to spend your time on. You know, ET said it right. You have 24 hours in a day. You cannot expand the day. Unfortunately, you can't. Okay. And time flies. It does. Time flies like crazy throughout the day, especially when your kiddos are at school. You're trying to do this or do that before they get out of school. And you're like, oh my God, there's not enough time. Okay. You get stuck in the middle of something before it is that, you know, whenever you got to go get your kids, or, you know, you got to go to work. And after you get off of work, you know, it's the same thing. You put in time with your business, you know, it's the same thing. You know, trying to balance it all out. It's all right to be unbalanced, because I'm going to tell you, I'm the most unbalanced person out there too. I used to be really good at multitasking. And my wife has told me, baby, that has fallen away. That has fallen. You're nope. It's fallen away. Okay. Uh, I'll take it, I guess. But sooner or later, everything will fall into place. Like, I know that sooner or later it will. Sooner or later it's going to happen. Um, Sooner or later moves are going to, you know, be greater. You know, you're never going to stop making moves. Never. You're never going to stop making moves. Why? Because, well, then everything you work towards just kind of goes to shit. Everything. Because you stopped. Just because you got there doesn't mean that it doesn't take constant discipline and nurturing and revamping and everything else like that, right? You know, maybe not as big, maybe not as much, but you have to keep doing and practicing the same thing that it took you to get to where it is that you are or want to be. You have to continue doing that. All right. A lot of people fall off like that. They fall off because they're like, oh, bust my ass and I did this and I did that, did this, did this. I'm going to click on that and read that. But I got up here. How come I didn't stay? Because of the inconsistencies. Let me read this. Self-awareness plus self-discipline plus self-motivation equals the foundations for success. Boom. And that's just the foundation, you know. Just a foundation. But a car never has to be maintenance. A house never has to be maintenance. Never. Always. Especially as they get older, right? They got to be maintenance, especially whenever they get used more, they get maintenance. They have to get maintenance. Well, your body, your mind, and your soul is the same thing. You constantly have to get maintenance. You have to be maintenance. You have to maintain to be able to move forward. You can't stop. You can't stop. Pretty soon, prettier soon, pretty soon, the decisions that you made to get rid of and the decisions that you made to stay with is actually going to become simpler, because it's going to be repetition. It's going to be routine. Everybody's set on routine, like I talked about before. Everybody is. You're set on routine. As much as people like to deny it, you're crazy. You're set on a routine. Ever since you was a baby, you were set on routine. You ate at this time, your pamper was changed at this time, then you went to sleep at this time. Then guess what? Now it's time to go to school. So you get your butt up at this time, you go to school, your classes are on a schedule. They were. They were on a schedule, whether you're using the same class the whole time or not. It was all a scheduled aspect. And then as you go through the years of school, guess what? You're walking those steps, and they slowly increase. The difficulty increases, the schedules increase, the classes increase. And when you get out of school, it was supposed to be easier. God, why couldn't our parents lie to us and tell us, yeah, it'll be easier? No, it was supposed to be easier in our brains, right? We couldn't wait to get out of the house because we're like, oh, it's so simple. I'm gonna be able to do that, and I'm gonna do that, and nobody can tell me what to do. BS. Now, as adults, we have the government telling us what to do, right? We have rules, we have laws, right? And we also still have a schedule we have to follow, because you still got to go to work. You still got to make money. Oh, then you have kids. Guess what? Now you're repeating your childhood schedule over again, right? Guess what? You're getting them up for school. You're sending them off to school, and this, that, and the other. All right, love you too, baby. Um, you know, so it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Your whole life is on a schedule. And the minute you try to make it not be on a schedule, what happens? The shit falls apart, don't it? It falls apart because there's a place for everything, and everything has a place and a time. It's crazy. I'm so scheduled, it's unbelievable. My wife hates it. She's like, babe, you're a time schedule person. Yes, I am. Why? Because that's just how life is. Everything is on a time. Everything is on a schedule. Everything has a date. Everything. Chris does Tuesday motivationals at 10 a.m. Central Time. That's a schedule. And I'm normally on 5 to 10 minutes early, like clockwork. It's a schedule. It happens. You know, people doing training for their businesses. It happens. Or follow up with their clients. It happens. Yo, it's the same thing. Life is already on a schedule. So don't reinvent the wheel, family. Just roll with it. Just roll with it. Goals are on schedule. Boom. You know, everything is on schedule. Your bills. Try to get those off a schedule and see what happens. Yeah. Pretty soon you're not gonna have bills to pay, right? Because stuff starts getting shut off. Okay. It's a schedule, it's a routine. We were all prepared for this when we were younger. Was a schedule, a routine. Some people had to get up and go to work, you know, working on the farm before they went to school. They had chores to do in the morning before they went to school. And then when they came home from school, they had chores to do then, as far as, you know, helping out and everything else like that. It's the same thing. And now the only difference is we're adults, right? Oh, we could pick and choose our schedule. No, no, we can't. Not always. There's certain schedules that we can depict, and there's certain schedules that we cannot. But the problem is it's a separation of what it is that you have control over as compared to what it is that you don't have control over, right? It's just you were given the will, you were given the guide, you were given the way. You were, and you were given people that are like-minded people too. You just had to find them. You just had to intermingle with them, right? Because they're out there. They're definitely out there. They're people that definitely want to stay on a schedule. Don't I do the same thing with everybody in the chat? Put your video in the morning and your video in the afternoon. It's a schedule. It's a schedule. Share your goals so that way you can accomplish your goals. So now you're holding yourself accountable. It's the same thing. It's all about life improvements, yo. It's all about life improvements. And don't resist running that schedule. It's going to be harder. It's going to be way harder. I promise you. It's going to be way harder. It's like last week. I get it. I did too. I got sick and then was barely getting over it on Friday and had to take the wife to the ER and was there until Saturday afternoon. And then Sunday was sitting there and um, just trying to help her be chill and comfortable and, you know, all that other good stuff. So um, I get it. I totally get it. Um, Life happens, family, you know, life happens. But the thing is when life does happen, you know, getting back on that schedule, getting back on that routine. That's the main thing. I've heard a lot of people say, and I'm not picking on you, Ivy, by the way. You just reminded me of something I was going to say, but it's not about you. I promise you. I've heard a lot of people say, you know, I had this happen in my life, but I can't get my business to move forward. Well, that happened, right? Happened, past tense. It's not present tense. The only reason why it's present tense is because you allow that as being one of your excuses to not move forward. Now it goes from being successful to just wanting attention. If you're successful, you're going to get that attention. It's going to happen. Why? Because haters hate. We've had this conversation multiple times. People's going to talk about you whether you're successful or not. Okay. So, you know, I've heard of a lot of people, and I've heard a lot of people because within past years, family, I've talked to thousands of people. I really, really have. And the one of the repeat things that I hear all the time was, well, this happened. So now today I can't move. How long ago did that happen? Well, it was 2 weeks ago, and you're still stuck on that. I get it. I get it. I understand. People pass away, people get sick, people, things just happen. Things just happen. Yes, of course. Now I don't want y'all to think I'm a cold-hearted person. All right. Don't think that I'm a cold-hearted person. I understand when people pass away. All right. And depending on who it was, they're super, super close. They made an impact on you. You know why? Because you cared to know and follow. That's why you cared to know and follow. That's why they made an impact on you. Okay. I get it. Take your time. Do what you need to do. But a year down the road, 2 months down the road, a month down the road, they'll be like, well, this happened. Now I can't. No, you choose. So instead of saying I can't, say this happened. So I choose. If people's gonna look at you, what the hell did you just say? Yeah, I choose. Yep, I choose. Choose what? No, I choose. Do this. You see how stupid that sounds? I can't do this. I choose to do this. People's gonna laugh at you, and then you're gonna stop saying it. I promise you. That's what it's designed for, is to get laughed at, because then you'll change it. So y'all was like, Chris, where the hell you going? I'm going stupid. Okay, that's exactly where I'm going. It makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. All right. I get it. When things do stop you, I get it. But when you choose to stop you, I don't get it. Right? Family takes discipline, takes intuition, takes motivation, takes mindset, takes passion, passion to do it. I was watching a video the other day, and the message was that it doesn't get easier, but we become better at overcoming hardship. You're right. It never gets easier. You know, it never gets easier. Do you have any words of wisdom for people starting this process while suffering from mental health? Sorry, I'm trying to click on it. Mental health condition. I have BP2. That's bipolar? Okay. I'm not. Well, then you got more people to help you. I'm just kidding. I'm totally joking. Um, I would, um, I'm totally joking. All right. I should have said that. I'm sorry. Um, you're gonna have a lot of self-doubt. Okay, right? You're not self-doubt, but you're gonna be questioning yourself like all the time, right? I have high anxiety, family. I do. I have high anxiety. A lot of y'all are probably like, yeah, right, you're stupid. No, you don't. But I do. Okay, I do. And I take that, okay, and I kind of like utilize it, um, to move forward. So like, prime example, booking vacations or whatever, I have anxiety. Yeah, exactly. I have anxiety of the fact that, okay, are we going to get bookings? Okay. Um, no, and I guess it pissed somebody off. Um, what I'm saying is, I flip that for a beneficial aspect. Now I take, should take medication for my anxiety. Do you take medication for yours? Yes, I know. I know what. Okay, listen, fam. I know what the hell bipolar is. I've got a daughter that's bipolar. Like, I know. Okay, I know. It was a joke. Um, but I take some for my mood, but not my anxiety. Okay, okay. I get it. Um, booster seats. Um, like I would use that. Like honestly, um, if I'm not a doctor at all, but and I have worked with a lot of people that have like mental illness and things like that. Like I have y'all, I've even worked with special needs people, being travel agents and stuff like that. It just takes a bit more time, which is cool. It's no worries, it's no big deal. So what you need to do is do you get upset easy? I know somebody does. There he goes again. There you go, Chris. Shut up. All right, boom. There. Sarabi can help out with that a lot better. Thank you. Not really. I'm pretty level headed unless I'm in an episode. Okay, cool. I get it. Basically, I'm gonna tell you, gotta take it one step at a time. Okay. And whoever your mentor is, needs to know and understand. Okay. But I'm gonna tell you, and this is not to put your business out there. Okay. I want you to be honest with your mentor. Okay. Because we don't know how to help like you moving forward with succeeding if we don't understand. Okay. Because I've, one guy I didn't know, had a certain mental illness and I didn't know, I had no clue. And, um, like, I think he was bipolar too. One time I would talk to him, he'd be pretty chill and everything. And then like the smallest things would upset. Maybe it was anxiety as well. But the smallest things would upset him and he just like trip. And I'm like, man, this dude is just like tripping. I was like, I asked for extra help because I didn't understand. Okay. And then once I finally, gained the aspect of saying of wanting to ask him, without being disrespectful, hey man, do you suffer from anything? I'm not a doctor, but it will definitely help me with how I help you, kind of thing. Okay. Like, again, yeah, we try to be respectable and help. Um, but it's just, I don't know. It's just, it's hard, it's tough, but you have to use it as your fuel. Sometimes, you have to step away. Sometimes you gotta, revamp and take a breath or whatever. That's why I smoke probably 2 packs of cigarettes a day. Okay. I'm just kidding. I don't. I've actually been cutting down. But you've got to get in your comfort. Okay. Like I've worked with a lot of introverts. A lot of introverts. I know, but there's a lot of introverts even on this Zoom. They're like, no. See, uh, you know, I am too. Hi, I'm just kidding. But like whenever I say, what, get yourself out there, put yourself out there, put yourself first. To me, that's easy. But to somebody that's not an extrovert, they're like, um, listen, boo boo, how we how we do these steps, okay? I get it. I get it. So not everybody is an extrovert. Not everybody is an extrovert. Y'all can ask anybody that is in here, that is in our chat, how it was that I took people that were not extroverts to starting to be extroverts or becoming extroverts, right? It wasn't just, okay, you're going to do this and then and then straight to there, right? I took steps. I took steps with it. There's a lot of people that would come on here, they wouldn't turn their cameras on. They wouldn't. They would not turn their cameras on. Nope, they sure enough wouldn't. Why? Because they're like, no, 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 no. Don't look at me. It's okay. It happens. But there's,
Chris,
yes,
can I say something?
you sure can.
So I mean, I don't know that this is the answer that you're looking for, but the way that I see it is, when you're dealing with any kind of health issue and doing this business, it's a very fine line of not letting it be your excuse to not work your own business and overdoing it in compensation of your health. So nobody is going to be able to really answer that question for you. Like you just have to be, if anything, you just need to be more self-aware, and knowing where your actual limitations are and when you need to reach out and say, look, I'm struggling, and I could use some advice, or I need to take a step back and do whatever is best for you, because at the end of the day, it's your business and it's your health. And you shouldn't be working your business at the detriment to your health, but
Right.
you also shouldn't be using your health to hinder your business, if that makes sense.
Yeah, there you go. See, I like that. It's like me, I always turn everything into a joke. Even though yes, it can be serious or whatever, I turn everything into a joke just to laugh. Okay. Um, some people will soon see that. But I do. Why? Not to thank you. Not to make fun of anybody, but yes, laughter is the best medicine sometimes. Like it truly honestly is. Humor is a great cope. Yeah, so like that's why I'll even crack jokes on my own self. Like I don't even care, I know I'm not perfect. Uh woohoo, I am far. You see that all the way out there. I want y'all to look as far as you can, and then I want you to go 20 times further than that. Okay. I'm out there in left field somewhere, trust me. I am, but I'm having a good time. Okay, at the same time. Okay. So it is I'll even admit it, my wife, when her mom passed away, um I was yeah, I didn't know what to do. I had no clue what to do. Like I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, I'm just here. I'm just here. Well, they helped us get a loan for our house. They co-signed it, right? I don't care. I'll put this out there. And I made the joke. We still gotta pay back the loan. And she laughed though. She laughed. That's all I needed, right? That's all I needed. I wanted to see my baby smile in the time of, that wasn't a smiling situation, right? So I just did it to make her smile. I mean, again, so nobody take offense or personally to anything because it is about, and that's the way that I do it, with my anxiety. I'll flip it into laughter, joking, having a good time, moving forward. Because when you're in that good time mode, right, it's not a job, it's passion. It's something you like to do. So when you're in that good time mode, you keep with that good time mode. You could probably do your best work in that good time mode because you're not concentrating on the power of I have to, I have to, I have to. It's a ha 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 ha. Ha. I am. Okay. I am. Some of y'all, I can tell by the looks in your eyes, you want to drug test me. But I'm just kidding. But I'm gonna try to think. Hey, no problem, no problem at all. Um, I mean, that's what I do. When you have fun with it, it makes it so much easier. That's why I love doing my Zooms. And yeah, I did kind of get off a little bit because I was trying to readjust from other things. Um, but it's all about laughter. It's all about having a good time. And it's okay to have a good time. It's okay to laugh. All right. It is. It's okay to laugh. Now, is it okay to laugh at the expense of others, making fun of them? No. Okay. No, don't do that. That's bullying. Okay. I'm not a bully. I'm probably the furthest away from a bully that anybody could ever see. Okay. But you have to laugh, damn it. Unless it's your kid. Oh, yeah. Unless it's my kids. Now, that's a different damn story because I'm going to tell y'all, I will not get on that right now, but because it's got too serious of people. Um, but yes, unless it's my kids, but they're my kids. I could joke about them. You know, whenever I used to do, when I used to do webinars, okay, to break the monotony, no joke, to break the monotony right off the bat, I would introduce, awesome. I would introduce myself and I would let everybody know, listen, I have 7 kids. I have 7 kids. They're like, damn. Okay. Wow. Geez, I caused that? Cold winters. Cold winters. That's exactly what I tell them. Cold winters. They're like, what? Okay, why don't you sit and you think about that for a second? Then you'll finally get it. Be like, oh, cold snuggle. Okay. Um, so like I would do that on the webinars. Why? Break the monotony. Right off the bat, people are just like, super serious. They're like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be super serious. No, you don't. No, you don't. Can't be super serious. And they will, and and I will let them know you guys cannot hear my kids. You will not hear my kids. Why? because I got them duct tape put in the closet. All right, that's exactly what I tell them. Okay, and they start laughing. No, really, I don't. I promise you, I don't. They're just actually being quiet. I don't know what's going on. I should probably go check on them, kind of thing. And I had a lady. She worked for the state. I don't find that funny. I work for the state. And I was like, well, good for you. Why don't you leave? I said, I joke a lot. I laugh a lot. That's what it's about. Yes, I will joke at the expense of my children. Yes. Why? Y'all live with the demons for 5 minutes and tell me exactly how you feel. Okay. I'm just throwing that out there. Now, no, see, there you go. Oh God, I'm about to make somebody angry. But it's all about having a good time. Would I harm my kids? No, never. No, so Robbie's like, I would taste. No, but she's actually, you know what? As Joy's living in Kansas, we got cattle prides. Y'all need to stop. I bet you somebody's not going to come back next week. But it's all in having a good time, y'all. Like it really is. I wouldn't harm my kids. I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. Never happen. Trust me, we've proven it many times. Sometimes humor comes with an expense. It's crazy. I'm a 5-time champ at that one, though. But you do, family. You gotta laugh. How many of y'all enjoy getting up and going and clocking in and working for somebody else? Eight more weeks. Holla back, girl. That's awesome. Yeah, nobody gets excited about doing that, right? Nobody gets excited about doing it. Now, you can have fun while you're at work, right? You're like, oh my God, God, I'm gonna get up and go to this place. And then the gates of hell open and it's all burning and everything. And then then you work with great people, right? And that helps time go by. That makes it more enjoyable, right? But if you don't work with great people, you're like, why did I just get served a life sentence in Alcatraz? Hey, you as well. So if you don't like it, it's not going to be fun. It's not a passion. If you're going to hate it, nobody likes to work. Nobody likes to work, but let's be real. You have to. Okay. You have a choice. Either you do work and you do what you want, crush your goals, have electricity, go places, eat. Okay. uh, or you don't work. Hey, guess what? You don't eat. You don't have electricity. You don't have nice things. You don't get to go places. You don't get to do things. You don't get a smile. You don't get a smile. When's the last time anybody saw somebody that's homeless and they was smiling when you first saw them? Now, after you talk to them, yes. I've talked to a lot, and we have one that comes by our house all the time. I offer food, I offer water, whole 9 yards. He will not take it. He will not take it at all. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna cook this weekend. Listen, here's my phone number. If I can come pick you up, I'll come pick you up. Like what? And no, he refuses. Okay. Um, you as well. Um, but the guy on your street smiles and throws a peace sign to everyone. Oh, on your street. Yeah, that's awesome. See, that's awesome. But I mean, they're still happy with what they have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not talking down, to anybody, but when you show them attention and you talk to them, then they start to smile. They start to smile because you give them hope, right? You give them hope. You just gave them a conversation, and that's all they've been wanting was a conversation. So many people look down on other people for no apparent reason, but really, a lot of people have some damn good hearts, some huge hearts, some massive hearts, and they're great people. They're amazing people. That's why I don't judge anybody on my webinars or on my Oh my, on my Zooms, y'all. I don't do that, man, because y'all are all great people. We're all great people. Why? Because we want to make a change. We want to make a difference. We want to make things happen. And we don't want to be like everybody else, right? We want to improve. Sweet. We try. We try. You wait till I start talking about food. Um, but we try. But again, when you love what you do what you love, right? If you hate what you do, it's called a job. Nobody likes jobs, okay? But you should be able to enjoy your retirement, though. That's the thing. It was like, I'm working for nothing. No, no, man, you're working for your retirement. That's what you're working for. Well, I don't get to retire until I'm this one. So you put money aside. That's when the government says you can retire, not when you say you can retire. Like, you do have that choice. You can stack money. You can stack your earnings. Set them aside. You as well. You can set them aside. You can hold money back. Figure out how much it is that it costs you each year. I bet you if I'm not, I'm not super young. I'm 38. I got I got 72 years before I can retire. Okay. Because by the time I get up to retirement, it's going to move up to like 106 or something, I bet. But um, I'll retire when I want to. I'll retire when I'm ready. I'll retire because I put in the work, set money aside, so a person can retire early. Me and my wife don't want to be working until we're 72. We want to have that freedom. We want to have that financial freedom, that time freedom to be able to go on vacations, because boy, once the kids move out, there's a golf course going up in the yard. Why? It just gives us something to drive around, pulling a cooler in the sun with a lot of suntan lotion, because we're gonna burn when we pass out in the yard. So we have plans. Okay, we have plans. Um, that there's places and things. We always laugh about that one, but there's things that we want to do. After the kids move out. Um, yeah, that they still are our kids. They moved out. We did our job. We showed them. We guided them. We taught them. We grew them, and now they're living their life, right? So now we, as husband and wife, can live our lives together and concentrate on one another, because we don't have to worry about that on a day-to-day basis, right? I know. Never mind, she's not on here. She's like, yes, you do. You always gotta concentrate on the kids. No, I don't. Not when they're adults. They make their own choices, right? They make their own choices. Yay, bye. Okay. Bye. It's nice to know you, kind of thing. Call us when you don't. Okay. I don't care. You got kids and grandkids and everything. Okay, cool. You can still come back, but you can still go away too. You can still go away. It's okay. So it happens. It happens. That's our plans, y'all. That's our plans. We have plans. We have places, things that we want to do.